Miss Penny from Kid Vision. I am thrilled to be here with a horse trainer to find out about your profession and to share it with the children.
Hi, Miss Penny. I'm Max Amaya. I'm from New Jersey. I'm here in Wellington, and I run Stonehenge Stables among a great team. And I'm excited you guys are here and to show everyone, what we do and what our life is all about.
Very interested to know how you got started.
Well, it became a profession, but it started as a passion. I was 9 years old, and my grandfather and my older brother Victor were quite involved with horse jumping, and I was very interested about it, but I was not really comfortable with horses. I was actually very afraid of them.
So interesting that you started out afraid and then it became your passion.
Yes, horses are quite such a noble animal. They're good friends. They just really do anything we ask them to do, and I always loved them ever since I was a very little kid. But they're so big and so intimidating that I didn't know how to approach them.
How did you choose horse jumping rather than another type of sport related to horses?
In all fairness, I tried everything when I was in my late teens. They're just talking to us. I tried horse racing, but that was too scary. Then I tried polo, which I found it very, amazing, but I just couldn't hit the ball. And I have a few friends telling me I'm not good at this. So jumping was what I was probably the best at, and so I pursued that, which I actually love more than any other discipline.
Is there a trick when you're first teaching a horse how to jump? Are there certain tricks or methods that you use?
Yes, it's like everything, like a rider or a horse, when they're new, young, or just starting to do it. You start with the very basic, with the very little. So basically you could put a pole on the ground, and that becomes an obstacle that is not normally on the ground. So the horse learns to walk over, then trot, then canter, then that pole becomes a little fence, and then so on.
So we have this beautiful stable here.
Basically about 3 years ago, in 2017, I transitioned from me competing at the top of the sport to start teaching people on how to get to the top of the sport. So I enjoy that very much.
What ages do you teach?
We have a big group of trainers in the staff, including myself, and we teach from probably 9, 10 years old all the way up to 63, 64 years old.
That's wonderful. I would really like to meet your horses and see where you keep them and how you take care of them, what they wear during competition. Could we go into the stable?
Absolutely, Miss Penny. Let's go.
Great. These stables are really beautiful. How many horses do you have here?
We have 40 horses. This is Kensington. She's one of them.
Hi. And how do you care for the horses?
Well, we have a wonderful team. There's grooms that take care of the daily, chores of cleaning their, bedroom, and then feeding them and bathing them and making sure they have the right equipment. Then we have trainers that they ensure that they get exercise every day, and each individual rider gets a lesson or practice their skills and get ready for competition. So it's a big effort, but we are very happy and very lucky we have a wonderful team.
How many hours a day does a horse train?
Well, normally they train for about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, not more, sometimes a little less, but that will be the average. And she's very happy with these treats. And then normally, they spend a lot of the time in what we call their bedrooms, which are stalls, and we try to have these as nice as we can with good windows and a lot of air and as comfortable as they can be.
She does. We have animal crackers rather than carrots, but I think she really loves
Oh, this
them.
is the treat of choice.
Oh yes, I can tell that she loves it. What kind of equipment do they wear when they're competing?
Well, they wear normally on their head, they wear a bridle, which helps you control a little bit where they go and how fast they go. Then they wear a saddle, which is where we sit, so we're not on their back. And then they wear boots, or polo wraps to protect their legs.
I know, I don't have any more. How many times a day do they get to have snacks?
Oh, as many times as anybody can give them.
I see that they're tall, so horse jumpers are generally tall?
Yes, generally they're tall, they're, medium-sized, very rarely they're small.
I guess because they have to jump over
Yes, power
fences.
and, ability for sure.
That's terrific. I really enjoyed meeting the horse and learning about what the horses wear and what they do. And this is a very interesting breed and a really nice horse. Thank you for introducing her to us. And what do you wear when you compete?
Let's go, I'll show you.
Okay.
Well, Miss Penny, here we are in the tack room. As you can see, here is where we store the saddles that go, on the back of the horses for them to be ridden. And here in this side of the room, we have the equipment that I wear. And we can start probably by showing you what we call the tall boots. Tall boots, obviously, we have the shoe part, and then this covers your lower leg. Then we have the helmet, which is very important. It's a safety issue. You want to always keep your head protected, from an eventual fall or anything that can happen. Then we have the set of gloves. Obviously they go in your hands, and this allows you to grab the reins or pet the horse and not get any blisters. And then we have sometimes, for a small encouragement, we have what we call a whip or a stick. And if a horse is a little bit, lazy or a little bit quiet, we just tap him a little bit, on the rib cage, and they move forward.
You don't tap them very hard.
No, this is a very tiny one.
And do you have a lucky hat that you wear all the time? Or?
I am quite superstitious. This hat probably is not the prettiest one. It's very, very efficient, and I had it for about 12 years, and I've keep being reminded by my staff, you need a new hat, you need a new hat. This is my lucky one, and I wear it. And the same happens with the gloves. I could get new gloves every 3-4 weeks, but I just like the ones that give me luck, and I keep them until they don't give me any more luck.
I understand that. And I see you've won a lot of ribbons this year.
Yes, my students have been very lucky. They have done all their homework, and the horses have been, tremendous partners for them, so we've done very well.
So let's find out about jumping.
Let's go.
We've learned a lot about horses so far. We've learned about what you wear, what the horses wear. Tell us about the course.
Well, the courses are actually something, quite interesting, because every weekend we go to different competitions. We have, a person that is called the course designer. It's basically a little bit like an art, like drawing pictures or doing something. Everybody has their own style. So when we're at home, we have these fences, that are the obstacles that we jump, and we try to recreate in a very easy way and friendly way what we will be asked at the competitions in order to practice and rehearse.
What's the goal of the competition? How do you know if you're the winner?
Show jumping, it's a little complicated, but yet it's very simple. You have fences, and you basically have to jump them with your horse without knocking them down. They're set on very light caps, so to speak, on each end of the pole, and you have to jump them. Everybody starts when they're kids at the very low level, and you start with the baby steps, we call them.
And how about time? Do they time the competition?
They do time the competitions, not all of them, but the jumpers, they do get time. They have a certain time allowed to go in that course, in that track, and if you exceed it, you get a penalty by time.
I'd love to see you jump.
I'm excited. Favorito is the horse we're jumping today. He's a lovely horse, and I'm excited to show you guys some jumps.
Great. You're amazing. The horse was amazing. The jumping was exciting. Thank you so much for sharing your sport with us. I am completely inspired, and I'm sure you've inspired many others.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Penny. Put on your thinking caps. It's time to learn a new word. Competition. Competition is the act of competing with others for victory, a situation in which someone is trying to win something over someone else. What was that word?
Competition.
Good job. Horse. A horse is a large four-legged animal that you can ride. Horses have the largest eyes of all land mammals. What was that word?
Horse.
Good job. Horse trainer. A horse trainer is a person who tends to horses and teaches them certain behaviors.
trainer.
Good job. Show jumping. Show jumping is the competitive riding of horses over a course of fences and obstacles. Winners are judged by agility and speed. What was that word?
Show jumping.
Good job. See you next time.